We already know the Mavericks will be there and who they will be playing against. But, Joy, I'm curious, can you trust them? Dallas, can you trust them? Kyrie, can you trust them? Luka, can you trust them? This team, I don't know if I can trust them. Can you?
He sounds kind of like hurt from years past, right? Like a hurt Dallas fan.
He should have went first. Can't trust them. Them two dudes right there, them?
Yeah, what's not to trust? The way they're playing the Clippers, you ask about a team not to trust. That historically would be the case. And what a treat that we're going to get that in the first round of the playoffs. And it's crazy that one of those teams isn't going to move on to really, really talented teams. But what the Mavs have been doing is incredible on the stretch. I mean, they're in the play-in and out of that scary situation. Don't have to worry about that. We had a lot of questions about, was this going to be a quiet season? Was Luka going to come in and shape? How is he going to, how's Kyrie going to be? And it's all been quiet. It was a little scary there for a second.
Shockingly so.
Just course-corrected, and everything is going smoothly. They are a really good defensive team. They have a solid starting lineup. They've got one of the best players in the league in Luka, one of the most dynamic players in Kyrie. This is an incredible situation. I'm confused. What are you not trust about that?
The history. And not even just the history of the Mavs, not that, because I love me the Mavs, born and raised in Dallas. Kyrie in the playoffs. I think he's won 2 playoff series since they won the title with Bron. Luka in the playoffs. We've seen his fatigue weigh on him. Now, skinny Luka's much different than early year Luka. So really, what I don't trust is individually in the playoffs, what they do. That's the only them. This version of them, I trust. I mean, they've won 12 out of 13. They look great. I just got PTSD of these Mavericks, Dave.
My lasting memory of the Mavericks was when they made a run at the Western Finals. Like they made a run, and that was before Kyrie even got there.
That matters, though.
I guess. I mean, they're playing well together right now. Like there's not that much history to go on with these two. It's, again, their last deep playoff run, they didn't even have Kyrie. I'm going to take the body of work that I have, which is them meshing well together and playing really good basketball. And I love your questions because they're so open-ended. Like, do I trust the Mavericks to win the West? Probably not. Like, I don't know how many teams I think can beat Denver in a 7-game series. But do I trust the Mavs to acquit themselves well, play well in the playoffs? Absolutely,
Would you be surprised, knowing what we all know about the Mavericks as of late, not as of late this year, as of like the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, Kyrie Irving in the playoffs as of the last 7 years. Would you be surprised if they lost to the Clippers in the first round?
I would be surprised, yeah.
Surprised? Because it's hard to say I trust them and then expect them to lose to the Clippers.
But also I don't trust the Clippers at all. And that's why I think this is an interesting first-round matchup because these are two really talented teams with guys that have proven track records in the postseason and a lot of postseason experience on both sides. So one of those teams is not going to move on. And I don't know that it's necessarily an indictment of what they've done all season long or is necessarily about trust. Somebody is going to have to lose that series. These are two really good teams, really talented teams with top players in the league on those rosters. So would I be surprised if the Clippers ended up beating the Mavs? No, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs beat the Clippers. I think this is a very evenly matched.
It's a 4-5 series,
exactly.
Right?
Like that's in those seeds for a reason. And it just so happens that they are extremely talented. They have superstars, both of those teams.
So then I guess, James, what do you trust the Mavs to do? Because if we wouldn't be surprised for them to lose to the Clippers, which I fully respect, I wouldn't be surprised either, but I don't necessarily trust them. What do you trust the Mavericks to do if they could lose in the first round like that?
Yeah, I don't think they will lose to the Clippers, not with the way they're playing basketball right now. But, I mean, I know you're bringing up the past. I don't really, I got amnesia. I don't really remember the past, only unless we talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Solid memory.
He haven't forgot not one thing.
If we're not talking about my dog, I don't remember nothing that happens in the past. But what I do remember is this 16-2 stretch, right? We know Dallas Mavericks can score the basketball.
Yes,
that is clear, right? If they need a bucket, the bucket is going to be got by either Kyrie or Luka, or they are going to make the right play and they're going to make the three. They #1 in defense over this stretch. Balling.
Yeah.
I watched that Miami game yesterday, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, these dudes is flying around playing defense. And I like the Heat, but the way they are playing defense, the way they are locked in on the string on the defense side of the ball, and then they walking in the threes. They're going to do what they're going to do on the offensive side of the ball. The way this team is playing right now, so consistent on both ends of the floor. I am extremely confident that they are going to beat the Clippers. And the Clippers are going to be one and done in the playoffs with the way this team is playing right now. I mean, in the playoffs, the man averaged 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists versus the Clippers. And he playing better right now. He in the MVP conversation.
Should be.
This team right here, right now, at the right time, going into the playoffs, we talk scary teams, all that all the time. Over this run, they are probably the scariest team in the NBA that don't nobody really want to see. And I know the Clippers did not want to draw this matchup.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.